Rolling.
We're rolling? Okay, cool. Hey y'all, this is gonna be a throwback. Hi, this is Sophia with Everybody Eats, and this is a very special vintage edition of Free Range, the segment where we go out and see movies and then come back with our unfiltered thoughts. This weekend, I'm gonna be flying solo and attending the 36th annual Avalon Silent Film Showcase double feature at the Catalina Museum of Art and History. And I think this calls for the right attire. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you thought this was gonna be a really formal video, but in actuality, I have my script right here, and I'm gonna basically be giving you information about what's going on at the showcase and some background on the films. So this year, the films presented are going to be The White Shadow from 1923 and Upstream from 1927, with all live musical accompaniment by Michael Mortilla, he's going to be the composer and the pianist, and Nicole Garcia, who will be providing violin and percussion. So for those of you who don't know, all orchestration for silent films was performed live in-house upon their releases. So this is actually a really, really cool presentation of having the music also be live instead of something canned or like pre-recorded for the audience. So that's gonna be really cool. Oh, and then also apparently the comedian Ron Lynch is going to be the MC for this year. So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so since this is a rather unique free range, I think it's only proper that I give a little bit of background and context to the films that I'm going to be seeing, since they're not in theaters anymore, and mostly you'd probably be able to find them on YouTube or part of like silent film collections. So let's dive in. So the first one is The White Shadow, starring Betty Compson, and it's an adaptation of an unpublished novel called Children of Chance, which is about these twins who are identical in their appearance but complete opposites in their personality. And plot ensues when a young man falls in love with them, thinking they're the same woman. So this one's actually pretty interesting because it is one of Alfred Hitchcock's first films. He was not the director, but he was performing odds and ends as a collaborator with the lead director, which was Graham Cutts. And so he performed various jobs. I believe he was like 23 at the time. If you have ever read or come across Francois Truffaut's very extensive interview with Hitchcock, he mentions that this was his second film in his Cutts collaborations, which was out of a total of 5 films. And it took 6 weeks to fully produce this film from start to finish, which is pretty amazing to turn a picture out in 6 weeks. That's very impressive. The second film, Upstream, was made in 1927, and it's an American comedy directed by John Ford about a down-and-out actor who is portrayed by Earl Fox. And essentially, this young man gets brought under the wing of a fated star when he gets the opportunity to play the role of Hamlet in a London production. But obviously, drama aspects occur when, as he rises to fame, he forgets about all of his friends in the theatrical boarding house that he used to live. So this actually is a really, really great recovery story for the film preservation community, because only 15% of John Ford's silent films are believed to still be in existence. So this was really, really, really great. And yes, you heard me right, recovery. Both of these films actually were previously considered to be lost films. So among those films recorded as being made during the silent era, but have not been able to be found because they were destroyed or, some other means. And so both of these films were actually both found in New Zealand, of all places, which is really, really cool. And so I'd almost like to say that this showcase is sponsored by New Zealand. It's like, hey, come for our tourism, but also you might find old films in our basements. So that's really, really cool. So yeah, thank you, New Zealand. All right, so with a little bit of history covered, I think it's time to go to the movies. Okay, so we're getting ready to head over to the theater or the casino, and we can just change it around. That is where we're gonna be going. And so excited! Another fun movie fact, there are actually bison on the island because they shot a bunch of westerns here and then just left them on the island. True movie magic, huh? All right, so we're getting close. Apparently the gentleman that built this casino over here also is responsible for the building of the Chinese Theater downtown in Los Angeles. So let's take a look at some of its architectural design. All right, so just got out of the films. Oh my gosh, what an incredible experience. If you ever get the chance to see silent films with live orchestration on a big screen, just go do it. It will change your mind on early cinema. It's so immersive and beautiful and creative and fun, and I highly recommend it for anyone that has ever been curious or about silent films and that kind of presentation. So I guess to start, The White Shadow. It was really, really touching, very interesting, very dramatic in the ways that sometimes get a little comedic. And I was actually really happy they didn't tell us they didn't have the full picture because right at this titular moment when both twins are going to be in the same place at the same time, and the men think that they're the same woman and that she's corrupted or something. It cut off, and the whole audience just is like, oh no. And so we then just received a narration for what was to complete the film, and so they're yet to find the rest of it, and best of luck to them. And then the second one, Upstream, I laughed so much. It was really, really funny. I thought how they utilized the camera for comedy as well as just the actors was fantastic. The leading man was absolutely delicious to despise in his just buffoonery and complete self-centeredness. It was great. The entire cast was just comedy gold and really, really endearing, and I absolutely adored them. That one was they had the full picture, so that was great. Yeah, great audience. The orchestration was really nicely done. I wish that I had gone and I'd talked to the composers, because they not only did they perform, they composed it together, so that was great. And helicopter, absolutely a blast. Great being there with people also dressed up in period clothing, which was fantastic. And yeah, I want to come back next year. It was fantastic. Well, that was certainly a blast from the past. If you're ever interested in further adventures in cinema, go and subscribe to this channel, follow us on Everybody Eats Productions on Instagram, or go check out our website. And if you're ever curious about what I've got going on, go and give Urban Paradox Studios a follow. I gotta scram, so until next time, bye!